Yeah. So, whoop. Yep. So, today we're going to talk a bit about what we're going to do, how we're going to move forward in terms of the RubyCell business. Okay. And it's so important for us to have some direction on how we're going to do this business so that you are clear on what the company is doing, what the leaders are doing, and what you are going to do based on those things. We call this exercise alignment. Alignment means when you're doing the same thing as the rest of the group is doing. And it's so important for you to be aligned so that everyone is working on the same thing. So before I begin, okay, I'm going to share with you some statistics. Whoop. Okay, so this is a website on how people are spending a certain amount of time online. Okay, and can you guys see my screen? Can you guys see the 3.8 billion people? Yeah. No. Oh. Okay. Okay. Now you can see it, right? Now, this is a statistics. So they're basically information that gives us some insight on what's going on in the world. 3.8 billion people are using social media. I don't know if you know how many what kind of number that is, but 3.8 billion people are using social media. Okay, so if you look at this, the total population in the world right now, as of January 2020, is 7.7 billion. Out of 7.7 billion, 5.19, so 5 billion people use a phone. Okay, that means more than 50% of people in the world use a phone. And out of the 5 billion, around the same amount uses the internet. And around 3.8 billion people uses social media actively. So this is very good insight because what that means is people are spending time online. People's attention are online. And to be specific, it's not just anywhere online, it's social media. And the first thing we need to understand is that if we want to do any sort of business, if we want to make any sort of impact, if we want other people to know, it's not even about other people knowing who you are. At this day and age, right? If you want to get a job as well, you need to be on social media. Social media is no longer is like an option. It's not an option. It's a necessity. It's something that you have to do as a minimum requirement if you want to do any business. I'm not even talking about RubyCell. I don't know what business that you do. Some of you are doing part-time, some of you are still thinking about it, some of you do some of you do full-time. But the important thing is that you need to start spending time, money, and effort on making sure that your social media is business worthy. Okay. And I just wanted to share the statistics with you to remind you and let you know the reality, which is you cannot ignore this anymore. Okay. Some of you might be thinking, oh, Malaysia is different. This is a statistic on how many people are spending time on the internet on average. Okay. And it's around 6 hours. Now, some countries spend less and some countries spend more. And you can see here that if you look at Malaysia, right? Malaysia on average actually spends more time on social media than the world does. Okay. And it's way up there compared to other countries around the world. And so we cannot ignore the fact that if you want to do business in Malaysia, you have to be involved in doing social media online. Okay. And so that is just something that I wanted to share with you guys. Okay. And out of those people, how many people actually spend time on social media? There's one more graph I wanted to show you. Yes, this is the one. On average in the world spends on average 2 hours and 24 minutes on social media every day. So every day, 3.8 billion people are spending 2.5 hours on social media. Okay. Now, Malaysians spend more than that. They spend 2 hours and 45 minutes, okay, on average on social media. Okay. And for some of you Singaporeans here, it's a little lower. Singaporeans spend a little less time on social media. So, you know, like for Malaysia and Singapore to be in the top countries of social media usage is really talking about how if you want to do business, you need to be on social media, because the reason is because of this. When you talk about marketing, okay, like when you do billboard or flyers or ad spaces, what you're really buying is attention. Attention is the biggest asset when it comes to marketing, okay? And so you want to ask, where are people's attention right now? And how do I get people's attention so that people will listen to me and hear me? And the answer is people's attention is on social media. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, I'm 40 or 50 or 60, and I don't spend much time on social media. Well, guess what? On Facebook alone, there are so many 50 to 75-year-olds actually going on social media. And so the reason why I'm mentioning this is because I just wanted you guys to understand that there is actually a lot of time being spent on people doing social media. And so this is not something that your daughter or your son or your niece that's who's 20 something is going to do. No, it's not like that anymore. Okay. Today, the training is all about me letting you know that our group in Ruby Cell is going to now shift towards using social media as its main form of marketing. Okay. And so it's so important for you to understand this, and it's so important for you to realize this so that you wake up and start spending time and effort on learning how to do social media. Now, I know, you do anything new, it's going to be hard. It's going to be a lot of learning. It's going to be slow. It's like that with everything that you do. And just because it's slow, that doesn't mean you shouldn't spend time doing it. You definitely need to spend time on social media, learning how to use social media as a form of business. And even though it's called social media, the truth is it's very important for business. Okay, it's not like today I was telling someone you should be spending more time in social media than in your shop. You should be spending more money on social media than in your shop. Because the truth is, there's more sales happening on social media than people's shops right now, right? People are buying more things online on social media than they are buying in shops. And so but a lot of people, they're spending more money on their rental, okay, than on their online social media. They're spending more time on renovation time than on social media. And so it's not something that you just do like by the way. It's not something that you just neglect. It's not something that you hope that there are other ways to do it. No, there are other ways to do it, but it's not going to be as fast and as effective as doing it on social media. So I want you guys to understand that social media is the way forward. It is the only way. It is the main way that people do business. Period. Okay, which happens to be online. So there are some list of things that I wanted to share with you guys, and I'm going to type them out. I shared these same things on hey, Charlene, how are you? I was just wondering whether I'd see you today, So it's good to see you, Charlene. So there are a list of things that I wanted to share with you to give you some pointers on what I'm thinking about and why it's important for you to think about the same thing. Okay. And guys, I love you. I care for you. And I want to make sure that you guys are taken care of. Okay. So I'm going to type it here so that all of you will be able to have access to it. And the first thing is you need to become a digital native. Okay. Now, I know for those people who have joined in the morning meeting that you've already heard this, but I wanted to re-emphasize to those people who did not hear me in the morning that it's so important for you to become digital natives so that you'll be able to, so that it becomes a norm in your life. Don't think of it as something that you do by the way. It's something that you definitely need to do in your business, because if you're not online, if you're not on social media, people are not going to know who you are. And if people don't know who you are, they don't trust you, and they're not going to do business with you. And so people these days, yeah, of course we trust other people by spending time with them, but during this MCO time, we cannot spend time with anyone. So the only way people can spend time with you is if they can interact with you online, if they can see your videos, if they can see your photos, if they can see your posts, your writing, if they can see your drawing. Whatever way you communicate, you need to do it on social media so that people have some time to spend with you. If people don't spend time with you, then people will not trust you because they're not spending time with you. And if people don't trust you, people will not buy from you. They're not going to do business with you. So it's so important for you to start spending time on social media so that people have an opportunity to spend time with you and build that trust with you. So make sure that you become a digital native. Make sure that you start putting effort, spending time on social media, not to look at other people's stuff, but to do social media yourself. How do you start? Well, you start by first knowing which social media is available. There's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's a TikTok. Okay, I use LinkedIn. Okay, but generally I get people to use either Facebook or Instagram first. Okay, for those of you who are more you prefer more photos, then you do Instagram. If you prefer more videos or you want to do something more original, then you do Facebook. So choose one and study how Facebook actually works, how Instagram actually works. And it looks hard, but actually it's so easy. Okay, it's very easy. And the hard part is not doing it. The hard part is doing it consistently every day. That is the hard part. Okay. And so that's why I said you need to become a digital native, because you need to make it a part of your life. Like, meeting people, having coffee, networking was a part of our life before MCO. That was taken away from us because of this virus. So how are we going to replace that networking or building rapport with other people? The answer is to go on social media and make yourself available on social media so that you will be able to expose yourself to the 3.8 billion people on social media, and you'll be able to have a chance at doing business with other people who need your services and products. Okay, so make sure you become a digital native. Once you decide to become a digital native, the second thing is share educational information freely. So what this means is, when we go online, there are some people, they do this. They go, okay, let's pretend that let's pretend I'm selling this Starbucks coffee. They go, okay, today I'm going to talk about coffee, and then they say, oh, this coffee is 5 ringgit, or 10 ringgit. If you're interested in coffee, in buying this coffee, then you contact me. Okay, call me. Okay, call me. Okay, this is not the way to build trust with people online. Okay, so you're probably going to ask me, then what do I talk about on social media? What am I meant to do? What am I meant to share? The technical answer is you're meant to share value. That sounds so like it's such a marketing kind of sentence. You need to share value, but basically what it means is you need to give something to people first before you try to take something from the people. So like, for example, so I'm going to give you a lot of examples here because people seem to have difficulty coming up with ideas on what to share on their social media. And so let me give you some examples. So if you're a beautician, Or if you, I'm going to get to those people who are not beautician. Remember, I'm not a beautician. Okay. So I'm going to get to those people. Okay. So don't be like, oh, I'm not a beautician, so I'm going to answer your question. Okay. But if you're a beautician, you should share your experience, your technical experience, like how to do lymphatic drainage, when to wash your face, how to wash your face, how many times you should rub in what way, all this technical information. And some people have been beautician for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. The more years that you have, the more experience you have to share. That is the most valuable thing that you can share with other people. And people who are interested in that will watch you, follow you, and they will start comment. They will trust you because you've shared information to them, and you need to do it freely. Don't have this feeling like, when I first did social media, I'm like, why am I sharing all this valuable information for free? I'm not getting paid to do that. But you need to realize that you need to give first. You need to keep on giving free things, or free information, free valuable information online. And if people spend, on average, people need to look at you 23 times before they trust you online, okay? And so if people keep taking from you 23 times, they're gonna ask you, hey, actually this person uses that cream all the time. Whenever I learn from this person about how to take care of my skin, I wonder what that cream is, and they'll contact you. They're gonna wanna contact you. And that is when the sales happen. The sale happens if you have their attention, number one, and you have trust, number two. So attention is from headlines, how you write, make it catchy, good photos, things like that. But once you have their attention, you need to have their trust. And that means you need to be exposed to them 23 times. And, at this point in time, some of you are thinking, oh, so complicating. Oh, 23 times, I have to do so many things. Guys, when we want to go and get a job out there, okay, we need to have a resume, we need to dress nice, there's got to be like interview question. There are so many things to get a job. If you want to sell anything, there's also a lot of things you got to do. Doing social media is the same thing. You got to put the work in. There are minimum amount of work you got to put in. But the good thing is, when you go on social media, you don't need a university degree to do that. Let me say that again. You don't need a uni degree to have a social media account. You don't need an education or a qualification to be good at social media. No one cares whether you've got a qualification or not. That's the good part about social media. Anyone can do it. Okay. It's just that so many people are so scared of change. So many people are so scared of taking action that they end up not doing it. So I really want to encourage all of you to go on social media and start sharing educational information freely. If you're a beautician, you can share all your beauty things. And I mean really technical things. You can share everything, If you're not a beautician, like for example, if you're a housewife, then you should be sharing about how you're a housewife and you're doing Ruby Cell, even though you're a housewife. And you share your knowledge, your perception, your experience about why you're doing Ruby Cell, or rather, why are you working so hard, or what you think about as a mother doing certain work or business to improve yourself. You can even talk about law of attraction. You can talk about mindset. You need to deliver value to the people. And the people who are watching that kind of things are probably other housewives who are, they want to have spent time with another, how can they relate to. And after they watch you 15, 20, 25 times, they're going to be like, hey, actually, this person is always talking about working. What the work does this person do? Let them ask you what you do. Let them ask you what product you use. And you'll be able to convert them into sales. Someone like me, I don't come from beauty background. I'm also not a housewife. What I do is, because I've done business for 10 years, I've also worked as an accountant before. And so I share a lot of information about business. I share a lot of information about, like my most recent video was about 3 things I wish I knew before I quit my job to do my business. And so I share about those kinds of tips and tools on how people can run their business. So that is what I share about. And I share that freely. I don't talk about Ruby Cell. I don't talk about any of that. The idea is that I share a lot of free business information, which will help people. And I really believe that believe that these tips can help people. That at the end of the day, people start asking me, hey, actually, Joe, what do you do? When people start asking me that question, I know that I've built trust and they want to know more about me. And that is because they ask me about what I do. I am then at liberty, because they gave me permission, I'm at liberty to tell them what I do. Okay. So that's the second thing that I want to share with you. I'll take questions at the end. Okay. So let me finish. The third thing is, build a brand slash reputation bracket, it takes time. So a lot of people understand what I mean when I say, some people don't understand what I mean when I say build a brand. But when I say build a reputation, a lot of people understand me. Building a brand on social media is like building your reputation in real life. Okay. And so I know that a lot of you understand how important reputation is. It takes a long time to build, takes a short time to fall, right? We know a lot, we know about reputation. I don't know, maybe someone can tell me how to say reputation in Chinese, but maybe you can write it in English so I can say it in Chinese. But reputation building, that's actually what you're doing when you're building your brand on social media. And when you have a reputation on social media, then it's much easier for you to do business online because people can look for you. People can find out who you are very quickly without having to ask you those questions. And so when you are building your social media page, it will take time. It takes time because reputation takes time to build. Okay, so understand that this is a reputation building exercise. Okay, it's not some quick sales method where you're going to get sales tomorrow. Okay. This is something that I do want to talk about. Basically, those of you who have a lot of experience in other fields or industries have a lot to share. So, and you need to share it in a way where people will be interested. It will impact their lives and change their lives. And when they find out about you and what you do, and when you share those valuable information, they will definitely be interested. So I just wanted to put that point in to say that if you don't know what to share about your experience. You know, like just share about what you've done. You know, what your experience is, so that you will be able to so that you know, I just want to remind you that you have that asset in you, okay, because you've got experience. Okay. Okay, the fifth thing is bring more context to get more results. So context means framing your it's too complicating. Basically what it means is whatever you talk about, make it local. Okay, so if you want to, if you're like you know, in my videos I try very hard to talk about, you know, when I was in my accounting days, or you know, when I was an entrepreneur, or you know, I try to put in certain details to attract certain people. And like for example, if you want to approach people in Singapore, then you should be talking about Singaporean things. So when you talk about Singaporean things, people are able to relate to you. It would be even better if you go even more targeted, like, you know, like if you talk in Cantonese, you'll be attracting Cantonese people. You know, if you talk in Cantonese in a certain way, then you'll be attracting Cantonese people who talk in that certain way. If you're talking Cantonese and talking a language where 50 and above people talking, you're gonna be targeting those kind of people. And I said this in the morning as well. People, there are so many people who are 50 and above on social media. They have time, they have money, and they're bored. They are willing to talk to you. They're willing to buy from you as long as you give them attention and they trust you. And you, if you want them to trust you, you just have to be authentic with them, be honest with them, spend some time with them. Okay, so it's very important. So guys, build your social media and really find out which target that you want to go for, and put more context in your content so that you will be able to get better results. Okay. So the sixth point that I want to share is give, don't manipulate. And this is really the same point I shared with you on how you should share educational information freely. If I share with you all these, like let's say for example, I just finished all this 1 to 6, you know, and then I said, you know, you know, okay, Grace, I share with you 6 points, so make sure you like me, after at the end of this, you like me, it's so manipulative. Like, I only did the video because I want your like, you know. So don't do that. Don't do that in your video. Don't do that in your sharing online. You are building rapport. Just give, okay? Don't manipulate people by constantly asking people to buy your stuff at the end of every content that you share, okay? Give freely the value so that people will be able to trust you. When people trust you, they will look for you. Trust me, okay? Because this is how you all normally do it. You all are very good in real life. It's just that in social media, we seem to forget all that social etiquette out the door. Remember, it's social media, but it's social things that you need to observe even on the media that you use, okay? Okay, the final one. This is the final point that I want to share with you before I share more information, and then we're going to call it a day. Again, it's a very short training, and I definitely wanted to share this with you because I know that those of you who are joining this training, even though I shared it last minute, if you're joining because I shared it last minute, that means you're really into Ruby Cell. The vision of doing social media is to be somebody, okay? And the time is coming where, let me just see if I can see anyone else. Okay, no one has their video on, so it's okay. The time is coming when people are not going to Google search people anymore. People are not going to uh, have a Facebook feed to look for people. It's going to be like, for those of like hey Siri, or hey Google, or hey Alexa, or hey whatever vocal device that you use. People are not going to say, can you give me hey Siri, can you, hey Google, look for top 10 lawyers in Puchong. Google's not going to give you top 10. People are not going to ask that kind of question. People are going to ask, Google, I need a lawyer. And there's only one response Google's going to give. Okay, that means you've got to be number one. So in order for you to really make your mark on social media, you don't want people to say, hey Google, I need a lawyer. You want people to say like, hey Google, I need Rosie. Or hey Google, I need Kylie. Or hey Google, I need Grace. Or hey Google, I need Mac. I mean, people need to remember you in such a way that they say your name when they look for something, as opposed to they just look for the service. That is only possible if people trust you, they've seen you before, and they know who you are. Social media is free. Of course, you can pay for ads, but it's free. You can start now. You don't need to pay thousands of dollars to go on a billboard or anything like that. You can start social media now, and this is a very, very good way for you to really propel your business to be able to reach out to other people. And again, I'm telling you, no one cares if you didn't go to university, whether you went to university or not. No one cares what grades you got. No one cares, okay? What they care about is who you are. What they care about is why you do what you do. What they care about is what you stand for, okay? Like for me, I care about those people who want to fight for a better future. I stand for those people who want to put in the effort to make their life, take their life to the next level. And I'm committed to helping those kind of people. And every video that I do, I strive towards making sure that I'm able to express that to the people that I share my videos with. And so you watch my 1 or 2 videos, maybe you're not convinced. But when you watch 30, 50, 100 videos and posts of me constantly talking about how you should fight to be the best version of you, people will believe me because I was consistent, okay? And there are so many other people talking about leadership and inspiration on social media, but there are 3.8 billion people, okay? Not all 3.8 billion people are talking about inspiration and leadership. I was telling Michelle and a few other people the other day, like there's so much room for Cantonese motivational speakers. Like there's one guy named Brian Chan. I don't know if you know, he's from Hong Kong. And he's, he's doing like all these motivational things. He's from Hong Kong and he's doing so well in Malaysia. I mean, why can't we have a Cantonese speaking Malaysian who's doing motivation, And so there's so much opportunity on social media. And I strongly encourage that you go on social media and take note of these 7 things that I just shared with you, okay? So in order for you to apply these 7 things into your business right now, there are 3 things that I'm going to ask you to do to take action immediately. Immediately, meaning immediately means now. 现在做现在 okay? So, number 1, choose a social media platform and create an account and learn how to use it. Okay, don't worry whether you're doing it correctly. Don't worry whether it's right or not right. Don't worry whether people are liking or following you. Don't forget about all that. Take action. Open an account if you don't have one. If you have an account and you haven't done something on it, put a post up. Okay, and I suggest you start with Facebook and or Instagram. Okay, choose one. If you want to do more photos, do Instagram. The 7 points, I've written it here. Let me just share it with you here. Okay. Okay. Oh, these are the 7 points. Okay. So the first thing is choose one. Okay. Facebook, Instagram, whatever it is, do both if you can. But if you cannot, choose one and do it. Stick to it. Learn how to use it. Find out what is Facebook. Find out what is Instagram. Find out what is like. Find out what is algorithm. You know, what is that? Find it out. Okay. Learn. Learn. Now is the time to learn. Okay. It's always the time to learn, but now especially. Okay. So choose one. Okay. So choose Facebook or choose Instagram. Okay. The second thing is start posting regularly. Now, decide how often you're going to post. Now, I tell people, if you're doing RubyCell full time, you should post every day. And don't worry about like you need to post every day because you need to practice every day to make it to become a habit and you become good at it. Okay, if you're doing RubyCell full time, then make sure that you post daily so that you improve your skill in learning how to do RubyCell. Yeah, can you can hear me, right? You all can hear me, right? Just an audio check. Just want to make sure you guys can hear me. I hope that I have not been talking to myself for an hour. Okay, good. Thank you very much. Okay, good. So decide, like I would, like if you ask me how often you should post, I'll ask you back, how much does this depend on for you? If this is like you're doing RubyCell full time, every day. Okay, minimum, meaning like if you do 3 times a day, as long as your strategy is right, it's very good. Okay, remember, people need to see your face 23 times before they buy from you. Meaning, if you post 3 times a day, people will trust you faster. You know, so every day. If you can't do every day because you're doing something, like you're very busy being a housewife or you're very busy doing your work or whatever, okay, no problem. Then 3 times a week or once a week, but do it consistently. Okay, choose how often you're gonna post and stick to it. So that's so the first thing is take action on Facebook or Instagram. Second thing is decide how often you're gonna post, and the third thing is add value. Okay, really add value. Like and this can be very hard, but you really need to give good content on whatever it is that you're sharing. So if you're a beautician, you share about beauty things. If you're a housewife, you share about your housewife things, you know, vlogging, and share with some experience things. Like if you're a business person, then you share about business things. Okay. You need to make sure that you are sharing value. And you might tell me, oh, I got nothing to share. You lived your life for how many years? You have a lot of things to share. Everyone has a unique story to share. Okay. Everyone has unique. And if you don't know, if you don't have ideas on what to share, go online, YouTube, you know, find out what you can share. Okay. And whatever you share, you'll be attracting those people who are getting value from you. So really go and do research on what you can share online, which other people can get from you. Okay. Make sure you do that. So 3 things I told you about: take action on Facebook or Instagram, determine how often you're going to post, and post valuable things online. Okay. Again, what is valuable? Valuable things are things which people can benefit from you and they change their life because of that. It could be as easy as, you know, what are the healthy eating that I do that's good for my skin? Or what are the mindset reading that I do every day from my mind. And I know I can just hear it. Some of you are thinking, oh, I don't do anything. I don't do anything. I don't know what you do, you know? Let's say I only take care of my kids. It's time to, you know, improve your mindset. It's time to put in some habits to take your life to the next level. Remember, guys, the objective is to do the Ruby Cell business. If you're in this training, I don't need to convince you why you need to do Ruby Cell. I don't need to convince you that Ruby Cell is a good product. You already know that. If you're in this training, you're already interested to do Ruby Cell. You have to go on social media because that's where people are right now. That's where the customers are right now. And they're not just going to buy from you like that. You need to build rapport. You need to build trust. It's easier on social media than you think because physically, you can't just go to random people and start talking to them. But on social media, you can. You can just put things online. And if it's good, people can watch you without you watching them. So people can stalk you, you know, and it's okay. It's legal. You understand what I mean? So it's actually easier to get contacts and sales on social media as long as you stick to it and you're consistent. Get that in your mind. Don't keep thinking it's hard or difficult. The moment you think in your heart, in your mind is, oh, it's so hard, it's difficult, you've already lost the battle. You've already lost the war. Think in your mind that it's possible. You can do this. That other people are doing and you can do it too. This is the last thing I'm going to share before I close. I just remembered it. Let me just get the video out. Okay, I'm going to share with you a video. Okay, I'm going to share with you a video because I know how much you guys watching. For some reason, you guys tend to like the videos that I watch, that I share with you. So I'm going to share with you this video. I've actually mentioned about this person so many times in my physical training. And it's someone that I always use as an example for those people who believe that they can't do something. This person, I'm not going to share so much detail, so it's a surprise. But this person from Japan, she's Japanese, learned how to do app development. Okay, and like her mentality is so like positive, and she just never stops learning. You know that because of who she is and how she learned how to do app development. And so we're gonna watch a short video, and then because I don't want to share much detail, you know. So I'll share this video first, and then we'll talk more about it.
何年寄りはあんまりやらないんですよね、ゲームアプリをね。どうしたっていうと年寄りには面白くないから。でそういう話、不満っていうかそういう話をよく聞いたんですね。だったら年寄りが楽しくなるような年寄り向けのアプリがあったらいいんじゃないかと思って。だからまず例えば日本の伝統文化なんですね、ひな壇。だから日本の伝統文化を次の世代に引き継ぐのには言って聞かせるよりもゲームにして若い人にもやってもらったらすぐ分かってもらえるんじゃないかと思ったからです。はい、教科書にこういうのの説明が。
Okay, guys, so Yes, it is. How old is she again? 80 what? 80, 82. No one here is 82, right? No one here is 82, right? I don't know what the oldest age is here, but no one is 82. Okay. So a lot of us are half her age or less than half her age. Okay. So if an 82-year-old can learn how to develop gaming app because of her cause, that of handing down Japanese tradition, we can all have social media pages and do something on social media. Okay, we can all definitely have something where we believe in and we can share online. Okay, and so I just quickly want to hear from some of you what your thoughts were when you watched that video, and how, what kind of reflection you have at this point in time. I know you need some time to digest, but can we hear from 2 or 3 people just really quickly about that video that I just shared? So is there anyone that would like to share before I choose people? No, Leah, I need to choose, but I don't know. I have this feeling that some of you want to share. Any thoughts? No? Sharon? Anything you want to share about the video you just watched? No? What about, I don't know, some people here. What about Michelle? Michelle, what did you think of the video I just shared? No, Michelle, not there as well. Let me see. Those people responded. Jesse. Yes, Pin. Oh, sorry. I need to unmute. Okay, sorry. Oh yeah. None of you are allowed to unmute yourself because I I muted all of you. Okay. Okay, Sharon. I unmuted you.
Okay. Okay. Wait. Unmute myself. Okay. For me is 83 Paul also learning. So although I already 40 something, we don't have any reason that we don't want update ourselves and learning and breakthrough whatever. Like me, I don't like do any Facebook, so I need to have I would need to have like Popo is 83 years, need to have like she is our example, and we don't have any reason for stopping our learning stage.
Yeah. Like if there's any mind block that people have, right? They shouldn't have that mind block. This is basically why I showed a video. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I unmute. Where is? Yeah. Grace, I just unmuted you. Is there something you want to say?
Oh, me.
Hi, Grace.
Hi. For me, I will see in different way. Aside from age issue, of course, age is not a barrier.
Yeah.
But aside from age, technology, or I would say gadget, will be another influence. If you say that the papa or the grandma is like 80 over age, but she's still using the gadget and still influence with the what you call that yeah. So this is a very huge influence that can make the world connected.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
even at her age, still she's at that level, not only the youngster. So I think the internet actually connecting us with the worldwide.
Yes, that's right.
So the opportunity is there.
Thank you very much. Yeah, actually, thank you so much for that sharing. It's a good perspective. I'm going to mute you now. And actually, since you mentioned about that, the future is like this, guys. It's social media, then it's going to be augmented reality, and then it's going to be virtual reality. Yeah, artificial intelligence. This is the future. Okay, these are the technologies that's going to be the future. So if we can't even do social media, then we definitely will not be able to reach out to those other customers. And so you're absolutely right, Grace. Technology is definitely powerful, and it's becoming more and more powerful for us to get to a different social dynamic, for us to reach new people, to influence people. Definitely. We're going to hear from one more person. From Alicia. Let me just look for you, Alicia, so that I can unmute you. Okay, here we go. Okay, Alicia, I've unmuted you.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So after watching the videos, I felt like the Masako,
Yep.
she is very clear about what her objective is.
Yep.
Like she wanted to like she developed this game. It's
Yep.
purposely for older people to use, and also to pass down traditional game.
Yeah.
I feel like it's also like age is not a problem. That is
Yep.
what she's doing.
Yep.
And also she is sharing showing what is her objective
Yep.
in life.
Yep.
So if for us to do Ruby Cell, like we need to be clear,
Yep.
to know what is our objective is,
yeah, very good. Okay.
not to think about our age.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I want to share. Thank you.
Thank you, Alicia. Alicia, are you Malaysian?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, Malaysian. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You sound okay, great. Okay. Okay, Alicia, thank you so much for the sharing. What Alicia basically said is that the grandma, she is very clear about her objective of doing what she does. And so we also need to be clear about why we do Ruby Cell and social media. It's so good. That's such a good comment, okay? I'm so happy that this has impacted you. And I'm so glad that this is helping you, okay? So guys, if you need any help, please reach out to your leaders, okay? We're gonna do a lot more training. I'm really sourcing for more people, more trainers, and more like our system training. We are revamping it to make it more relevant to the times of this world where everything is being done on social media now, okay? Because that's where people are spending most of their attention, okay? So that's it, guys. Do you guys have if you have any questions, you can chat into our Zoom chat right now. If not, that's the end of the training. Yeah, I'll give you guys some time to ask me some questions in Zoom. We're gonna have more training this week. I promise you that. I will release the dates so that you guys will be able to be abreast on all the information. I know that there's a lot of training like compensation planning training, which is overdue. I will share those things this week so that we will be able to cover that.